Good morning, beloveds. Sorry, I am not a morning person. I've said this before. Just, I'm not okay. There are wonderful things about morning. You should also know I don't drink coffee. There is no caffeine. Well, that's not true. I love chocolate. But I don't drink coffee and I don't drink tea, so there's no caffeine in my life either. And that may be another reason why I'm not a morning person. Um, I don't use the caffeine to get me going in the morning. That's what that run is for. I get up, do that run. That gets me going. Um, it apparently doesn't always wake the mind up, though. Uh, and it was interesting today, when we went for the walk, because weather, I'm going to say weather, I'm not even sure it rained where I live, rolled through last night. And so this morning there was a complete cloud cover. And as we walked through the walk route, just gradually you could see there's more blue sky over there and the clouds are over here. And so by the time I got back to the house, there was like this line over the house of like clouds and then blue sky. So it kind of looked like there was a blanket kind of being drawn back. So and the weather has changed now. It was supposed to rain yesterday and it didn't. And then now we're looking at, chances of rain until next Wednesday. So we'll see. I don't know. If I was seeing the news correctly, there's a couple of places where they got a whole lot of water. I don't know. Weather. It is what it is. And we just have to deal with it best we can and know that it'll be okay in the end. I do enjoy a good rainstorm when it knocks all of the pollen out. I don't know what is blooming right now, but there is something blooming right now that my allergies really enjoy, and that means I do not. There's a couple of trees that are blooming right now. It's been interesting to walk by and see the trees blooming. So, all right, May, I believe it is 13. Let me check. Yes, May 13th. Our Bible quote is from Psalm 23:1. Oh, well, it's Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Probably the most famous psalm out there. As my thoughts sink deep into the quietude of my innermost self, I am conscious of the perfect peace and love and strength of the one universal being, the one divine mind. It is like a tranquil pool, translucent, calm, and beautiful, and as I contemplate it, I am refreshed. I realize that it is all-pervading. Come on. No. Thankfully, you can see your ears and see why I'm struggling here. Okay. Let's see. I realize that it is all-pervading, in all and through all, and that it is my true life, my true being. Now I am divinely confident in the unity of life. There is but one life, one body of love, and all are part of it, one perfect being. As I look at nature, I see how every part melts into another in a great transmutation. One part could not exist without the others. In human nature, the fusion of love and thought makes us one. In the true meeting of hearts and minds, there is scarcely even the need of words. I know that in the one mind there cannot be misunderstanding. In the one love, all are included. Good morning, Cleopatra. I have absolute faith in the principle of life, the law of love, and so I permit love in its freedom to express through me, to radiate from me. Knowing that it transcends all other manifestations, I am filled with divine confidence that the law of life that the laws of life work just as accurately as the laws of mathematics. I use these principles constantly in every hour of the day, in every situation, in every adjustment. So he'll like throw us a couple of, softballs in a row, and then he throws us a curveball. And today kind of feels like one of those curveballs where he's like, I'm going to make you think about this for a minute. Okay. Because, yeah. Although he did remind me kind of in the middle of, we keep seeing these graphs, and it really does come down to ego, where humans will put themselves at the top of the chart of nature, and that's not true. And then sometimes they'll have a big pool, and they'll have all of the animals and plants and then we're standing outside of it, and that's not true either. The truth of humans is that we are part of nature. So when they do the big round with all and then they put us in the middle, or somewhere in the circle, we don't have to be in the middle, because again, that would be ego. That if we can find a way to cooperate with nature, things just work better. And that's one of the things that's kind of been brought to the forefront in this experience that we're having of the pandemic, is that there are a whole lot of the waters are cleaner and the air is cleaner because we are not doing all of the things that we as humans do without thinking. And there are a lot of animals that are thriving because we are not encroaching on their spaces, but then there are also other animals that do depend on humans. I was reading about, it was in Scotland. It's a kite, a predatory bird, but apparently one of the things that does is it tends to eat roadkill, and we're not on the roads, and so they're starving because of that. And I worry about the squirrels in my park, where I go to run on Saturdays, because they're a good, healthy population, and I think to some degree they depend on all of the soccer tournaments that happen, all of the popcorn and the food and the what have you, and they're not getting that right now, and so it's concerning. I have seen I'm not the only one out there, feeding the squirrels. So there are people out there taking care of them, but so we have a relationship with nature, and we've got to do our part. I'm sorry, I got off on a ramble there. Okay. So as my thoughts sink deep into the quietude of my innermost self, and that self is a capitalized, so he's evoking some very beautiful imagery here, sinking deep into the quietude. I am conscious of the perfect peace and love and strength of that, again, capital, one universal being, the one divine mind. It is like a tranquil pool. So he's inviting us into the quiet to contemplate the one. And from there, we move into, and he tells us it's translucent, it's calm, it's beautiful. And as I contemplate it, I am refreshed. So when we are overwrought and from our experiences of what's going on, that he's describing a place that we can go. Frequently, all of your good meditations, that's exactly what they'll do. They'll walk you to somewhere quiet, a quiet meadow, a quiet pool, or maybe, they'll take you by a stream, a light tinkling stream, somewhere where you can rest. and then contemplate. They take you to somewhere beautiful. And that is exactly what he's doing here. And then he says, well, and this is where I am divinely confident in the unity of life, which is where I got off onto my ramble there. There is but one life, one body of love, and all are a part of it, a perfect being. So as I look at nature, I see how every part melts into another. We are part of nature, and it behooves us to figure out how to cooperate with it. And then he uses the big word transmutation. One part could not exist without the other. And in human nature, the fusion of love and thought makes us one. And that's treatment. That is treatment. It's the fusion of feeling and thought. He just calls it here love. But he's directly telling you love is the feeling. You're allowed to have other feelings too, but depending on what you're treating for. In the true meeting of hearts and minds, there is scarcely even need for words. I hope that you've experienced this. I hope that there are times in your life that you have been with somebody, a family member, a close friend, a loved one of some kind, where you can sit together in that divine silence. There doesn't have to be words. That the silence is comfortable, because I think that's when you know that you're with somebody that cares about you and that you care about, is when the silence is comfortable, that you don't feel the need to fill it with sound or word or whatever. If you have not experienced that, I encourage you to find it. And you can start with the furry ones. Divine silence. That was, in the first year in ministerial school, that was one of the things that I noticed, was the divine, was the ability to be in the quiet, to read without needing music going on in the background, to not have to have the TV on, to be in that quiet. And it was a blessing. It was a blessing. And that is the place where you can hear that still small voice. So I have absolute faith in the principle of life, the law of love. And so I permit love in its freedom to express through me and radiate from me. To radiate from me. Yeah. To radiate from me. That is the goal. To radiate from me. Knowing that it transcends all other manifestation, I am filled with a divine confidence that the law of life works just as accurately as the law of mathematics. I know not everybody loves math. I love math. And until we get into like quantum math, the laws of math pretty much work. So that he's trying to give you something, because honest to God, the laws of man change. They do. And that's a good thing. But the laws of math, 1 + 1 pretty much equals 1. So, yeah. That he's trying to tell you that this law, it will work. It will work. So I use these principles constantly, every hour of the day, in every situation, in every adjustment. I would love to say that we're all as consistent as Ernest Holmes. No, that's why we call it practice, and that's why we are called practitioners, because we are practicing. So today, go take a swim in that tranquil pool and be one. All right, I am going to move on and get through my day. I just got a note from Jesse of something that he needs me to do, so I'm going to go see if I can figure out if it's a quick fix or an easy, or it's going to take me a minute. and we will get on with it. Right now, it is absolutely gorgeous outside. There is some sunshine. We may have some storms today, and if we do, we will enjoy those too. So, make sure you open your windows while it's still cool outside. Get some fresh air. Go take a look at the clouds, if you have them, or the blue sky. Get outside, get some exercise. Go for a walk. Enjoy. Do what you can to make today a fantastic day. All right? Know that we are with you. Know that we love you. Know that we are working on many new ways to connect with you. And we are looking forward to the time that we can all be together again. All right? Have a fantastic day, beloveds.